We are going to be looking at some creepy videos, strange and odd news stories, and as always, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. This next video comes from the paranormal chick on TikTok, and what in the world is this that was captured on this family's home camera?
The following home security footage has gone viral, and it's for a good reason. People believe this may be an actual alien captured by the Ring camera. This was captured on June 5th, 2025 in Compton, California. And so many questions have arisen, especially why this house? And did anything happen to this family? Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
So yeah, this does look somewhat similar to a gray. Now I'm not saying that's what this is. You also have to remember that Aleister Crowley's lamb also looks similar to a gray as well. But what I can't make sense of is that you can see it actually go through this item here. Now, am I wrong? Let me go ahead and play that again. It does look like, is that like some kind of barrel or something like that? But watch it, look at it, and then it looks like it goes right through it. Maybe it's just the trick of the camera or the angle of the camera and the fact that we can't see the entire object. But again, to me, it looks like it goes right through it and keeps on walking. In this next creepy video, a few people across the United States a couple days ago happen to have captured this figure up in the clouds, and it's kind of giving off Andrew Dawson giant vibes. This was captured by MJ Fambam over in Arizona.
Right there.
And around the same time, this had been captured over in Georgia.
Damn, where'd it go? It's right there. It's right there. Somebody is walking on the mother freaking clouds.
Something is walking on them clouds.
What is that?
It's a body. Look.
It showed this. That's a person. That's crazy. We're not supposed to see that. We're not supposed to see that. Something gonna happen.
Y'all sleep.
A little less than a month ago, on May 20th, this individual right here, who goes by Natasha Godsent on TikTok, talks about how her friend saw a man walking in the clouds.
Good afternoon, guys. I have to tell y'all about this supernatural occurrence that my friend Monica had this weekend when she was at the lake, guys. You know, her and her friend were there, and it was peaceful, it was quiet. And guys, look what she saw. A man appearing to move on the clouds. You know, I don't know how to take these type of things. Maybe y'all can tell me a little bit about it. I know that it's real because I saw the picture before. It was the gray clouds, and when the gray clouds went away, there's no way that this is anything. And this man appears to look like God or Jesus or a man. Let's just put it that way. What do y'all think about things that happen like this?
My opinion when it comes to AI is that AI is progressing so rapidly for a reason. They want us to have access to this powerful AI, and they want us to know it exists, like Google's VO3. So when that more and more things are making themselves known, perhaps the veil is thinning, and these things cannot hide anymore, and people are recording them and filming them, the response will be, well, it's just AI. Oddly enough, this also looks like something very similar that was captured in China in May as well, May of 2025.
Nam mô A Di Đà Phật à. Cái này ngoài nước chưa cái kìa. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật. Tiếp cái đó phải đây. Tiếp nữa. Nó chẹp hả? Đâu có vô nước đâu. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật à.
What is crazy is that back in 2024, there was a video that came out where a person had captured a man in the clouds at the Vatican, and I just simply dismissed it as AI. But with these other videos that have come out where people are recording this on their cell phone, this kind of makes me question this video right here. Now, I don't know what this is 100% that people are seeing, but I don't take Project Bluebeam off the table either. I'm not saying it's Project Bluebeam, I'm just saying I'm not taking it off the table. One of the steps of Project Bluebeam is that we would start seeing Messiah-like figures in the skies. And it's kind of interesting, one of them just happened to be in the Vatican.
Yo, something really weird happened last night. So I woke up at like, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And I just had this overwhelming feeling like I'm being watched. So I get up, start to go towards the door, and I swear I hear somewhere in the house a door open and close. So that freaks me out, but I go investigate like an idiot. I just go walking all around the house, checking every room. I check the basement, I check the garage, I check everywhere. Check the front and back door to make sure they're locked. Nothing, right? So I go lay back down, and then I'm laying there. Check this out. I'm laying there, still feeling like I'm being watched. And I start to hear this ticking sound, right? We're in here. She's asleep, but I'm hearing this ticking sound. Just tick, tick, tick. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So finally I get up and start to chase down the source of it. Y'all, this clock has never worked. She's had it for years. She said it has never, ever worked. Look at this. This thing has never worked before. I don't even know how to... Y'all, I feel like things have escalated ever since we went to the freaking farmhouse. Maybe that wasn't a great idea.
That video comes from author Carl Anthony on TikTok, and people have also said if you look throughout his video, you can see orbs flying. Now, orbs are kind of tricky because people can also say they are just dust as well, but I would like to know what happened at that farmhouse. This next creepy video comes from Charby11. The thing I don't get, and what she did not get either, is why was her entire body smoking? When she rings the doorbell, you can see her hands and her arms smoking as well. Then, oddly enough, it starts to go away as she begins to leave.
What if I told you there's a gravesite that completely defies logic? Something so bizarre, it'll leave you questioning reality.
Is this the Mandela effect? Am I in the future? Is it 2025? Because we're back at the cemetery, okay? And I'm looking at graves. We're doing our ghost hunting. Next thing. Mr. Rice? Mr. and Mrs. Rice? Look at this. He was born in 1944, but died in 2034. And then Miss Rice was born in 1950, and she died in 2040. I thought we were in 2025. Did I time warp when I came through the other night? I don't understand. Are they planning it? Are they planning? Is that, but why 6 years apart? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't quite get this one either. Why would there be a gravesite where two people are buried in the 2030s and on their birthdays? There are some people saying that perhaps this is a prop gravesite for Hollywood, a Hollywood movie, But looking into it further, I don't think that's legal. I don't think Hollywood can buy a gravesite at a real graveyard. For a prop, anyway.
My daughter's sleeping with me in my bed tonight. She kept saying that she was really scared of something in her room. I'm a little bit shaky. I don't know if you guys can tell, but... So this is the same toy that used to go off in the past, and it's always terrified me since. So I would ask it questions and it would answer with noises.
Now, at first, I thought the toy car, the siren, was scary enough, but then that arm, the hand, started to move. Was that arm some kind of toy, and it does that when you press it and activate it, but it activated itself like that toy car? I don't know, that was downright creepy, and I would not be in that house. This next creepy video comes from Thunderkeck on TikTok, and it's a segment I have featured on my past couple videos. He bought a pair of boots off a website on the dark web that has sneakers, boots, shoes covered in human substance, but they also have a name and an age. His pair of boots arrived with a videotape. Well, now he finally plays what's on the tape, and I have to say, whether this is fake, real, a real life RPG, whatever, it's still downright creepy.
Okay guys, so I posted the full VHS on my YouTube today. If you are easily freaked out, don't watch it. There's a lot of weird stuff in there. Basically, it's just a bunch of messages and old movie clips pasted together, and then there are a bunch of slots called submissions, where it just says like a name and submission. Some of those submission spots have videos inside of them where the boots are shown, and if those are real, they're pretty messed up. I now know why they asked for my name, because there's a slot with my name created in there, but there's no video in mine. Right here really bothered me. I'll show you why. I posted that to my subs only, and someone said to rewind it, so I did that, and it says this.
Only the devil knows that. I heard her moving things all around that room all night. Never heard such goings on. And she wouldn't let me in her room this morning.
She's a strange one. So yeah, it's just weird. I need to figure out if the clips of the shoe stuff is like real or fake. Because if it's real, it's bad. People have realized some creepy stuff, like the names of the submissions that got rejected are also the names that are on the site. Once more people watch it and kind of come up with more information, I'll post a full analysis. Until then, bro, I probably watched this whole thing like 9 or 10 times. It's getting to the point now where when I hear people not talking to rewind, it sounds weird. So I honestly need to take a break for a little bit. Also, I think it's unrelated. I got a skin infection on my leg, which I honestly don't think is from the boots, but I'm now on antibiotics, so.
So like I said, I don't know what to make of this. Is this fake? Is this whole thing made up? Or is this something he should not have bought on the dark web?
I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it. And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard, which probably doesn't help my cause. But I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog. room upstairs.
Josie? Josie?
Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it. Staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it. I just don't really know what she's staring at, because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? So a lot of you guys have also been asking questions about the graveyard. Yes, we do indeed have a graveyard on this property. So this was my grandparents' ranch, and it was their wish to be buried right here, just where they were. And before they passed away, they buried all of their cats right here where you see the little crosses. And so that's really all that there's to it, but things have been quite strange lately. Like, for some reason, cows just like come to this area sometimes and like surround it, because we during the day we leave that gate. See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Like, why? They just kind of come and really graze around this area, and they just kind of will freeze and move. So, yeah. Hi. Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
I have always been the person to say that dogs, animals can sense something before we can, and her dog was definitely sensing something in that house, and so were those cows. This next creepy video comes from Soul Rachel on TikTok.
Alright, TikTok. I need answers. It's been 7 years. I'm gonna try to make this story quick because I only got 10 minutes. Okay, so it was November or December 2017. Pretty sure it was November. This particular day, I'm leaving my house. At the end of my street, there's a stop sign. I take the stop sign literally every day for work, for whatever. There's nothing particular to my left, nothing particular to my right. Like, it's just a boring, regular street with a sidewalk. There's no bus stop even or anything. So this day, I get to the stop sign on Snapchat with my friend at the time. So I have the Snapchat camera open because I was ready to snap back. And so as I'm sitting there in my car, something catches my attention to my right. So I look, and it's like a hooded black figure, literally sitting on air. So it's just floating. So imagine just like a hooded black figure just sitting like this on nothing, literally nothing. There's nothing there. There's no stool. There's no rock, nothing, literally sitting on air. And so this thing, as I look at it, it looks at me and then just turns back to looking straight ahead like he is, just like looking at nothing. And for some reason, I have no memory of what the face looked like. And I want to say it's just like pale, like a pale face looking right at me, and then just turns away quickly. And I remember like, what? I remember doing a double take, like, wait a minute, what is this? Like, what is that? What is that? So I take my my Snapchat camera and I snap a picture, which is this one, so it's not the best quality, and also my window is pretty dirty from my dog's drool. So here it is. This is the thing. It's holding a stick with something there. What is that, right? So if you could tell me what it is, that would be great, but it doesn't end there. So I do my thing. I think I went shopping, blah, blah. I do my shopping. I'm still thinking like, what the fuck was that? Like, what is that? So I get home and I run to my laptop because I really want to know. I'm curious. You know, I have to know what this is. And so I get on my laptop, and my laptop, mind you, has virus protection. I think is it McAfee, whatever. It's a virus protection, so you don't get pop-ups, you don't get viruses, right? And even so, even if I don't have that protection, I'm on Google. Google's like the safest site out there. You're not gonna get viruses, you're gonna get pop-ups, right? Right? Because Google's pretty safe. But I wouldn't know that because I always had virus protection. So mind you, so I'm on the bed with my boyfriend at the time. And I'm Googling like what it could be, like da. Nothing is showing up. I'm like putting in a hooded black figure floating on nothing. Nothing's showing up. And as I'm trying to type again, this like gray box literally just like it like covers the whole screen of my laptop, and it says, "You've been spotted." And me and my boyfriend, we like look at each other. I'm like, what the hell was that? Because it literally like just like popped up and then just like disappeared. And so my boyfriend, who's very logical, not superstitious, doesn't really believe in the paranormal, like he's not into that stuff. He looks at me, he's like, okay, maybe this is a sign that maybe we shouldn't know. Like maybe we should stop trying to see what this thing is. You know, so he got a little scared. I got a little scared, mind you, because hello. Like, not only is this thing weird, but as I'm trying to figure out what it is, something literally tells me that I've been spotted. So, yeah. So, it's been 7 years and still can't figure out what this thing was or what that pop-up thing meant. So, yeah. So, if anyone knows what this thing could be, here it is.
Why does that thing she captured look eerily similar to the thing that was seen walking in the clouds? I don't know why, but I instantly made that connection. It's more than likely not the same, but that's what I instantly thought of. Very strange. This next video comes from Tamara94 on TikTok, and the Cecil Hotel will never not freak me out, especially after what happened to Elisa Lamb. But she's going to go ahead and state what happened to her after she stayed at this hotel.
Let me tell you about the time I stayed one night at the Cecil Hotel by accident. I told the story years ago on here, but it's really far down on my page, so I'm retelling it. So back in 2016, when my husband and I were dating, it was Halloween weekend, and he invited me to go to LA for a League of Legends tournament. So I agreed to go. I had nothing else to do for that Halloween weekend. So he took care of everything, the hotel, and paying for everything. He did send me a photo of the hotel, but looking back now, I see why the website only showed photos of the lobby. And from what we could see in the lobby and the photos on the website, it looked nice. So we drive down there, and as we're pretty much approaching the hotel, I'm like, ooh, because it's downtown LA. And my husband and I are from Northern California, so we don't know much about LA. At the time, I didn't know that downtown LA looked like that. But it was too late, so I just figured, it's fine, whatever. So we go into the hotel, and the lobby looks nice, like how it did on the photos. We get to the front desk, and they were a little odd, but whatever. We get to the front desk. They give us our keys. We get in the elevator to go to our room. Elevator kind of had a weird vibe. And we go to our room, unlock the door, and there's a man in the room. So never in my life or my husband have we ever checked into a hotel ever and went into our room and there was somebody already in there that wasn't like the staff. So we're just standing there just in shock, quiet, because with the door open. And the man is okay. So I recently asked my husband about this, and he said that the man was looking in our direction, but not looking at us. I remember that he wasn't looking at us at all, but he did not acknowledge us at all. He didn't say anything. He didn't yell. He didn't jump. He didn't do anything, which you would think a loud hotel door opens when you're in your room. You would think you would react. He didn't react at all. He was like packing, and he had a suitcase, but it wasn't like a modern looking suitcase. It was kind of like what you see on TV, like when men have like a briefcase and they just pack like a pair of pants and a shirt and it like folds clothes. And we remember that he wasn't he was like barely dressed, and what he had on was like odd. He was wearing like those old man like stocking sock things. I don't really know how to explain it. But anyways, it feels like we were standing there for a long time and just staring because we were just totally in shock and we didn't know what to say because he also didn't say anything. So we just closed the door, turn around, go back to the lobby, and we're like, hey, there's a man in the room. And I still remember the girl's face, and she was looking at me like I was crazy because I told her there was a man in the room. She didn't say anything, and she just went and got the manager. The manager just kind of went on the computer and gave us another room, and she said, you'll be the only ones on the floor, which I thought was weird. Like, why would you tell me that? But maybe she was just saying that to reassure us that no one else would be in the room and we wouldn't have the same thing happen. But I did think it was interesting that they didn't try to like argue with us when we told them that someone was in the room. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything back at all. They just gave us a new room with no issues, no arguments at all. So we're like, that's weird, but whatever. We go into the room. It's already getting late. We hurry up, get ready, go to the tournament, have a good time. We go to dinner after. We're back at the hotel, probably around 11-ish or midnight. I don't really remember, but I do know that it was late. So we go to sleep, and the first thing, we're sleeping, and I wake up because I'm hearing tapping on the window, just like tap, 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 over and over. To the point it wakes me up out of my sleep. And I'm still in bed. I didn't wake my husband up, but I'm just staring at the window, awake. And I'm like, what is doing that? We're higher up in the hotel. It's downtown LA, so there's no like trees. So there couldn't be a branch that's tapping. It can't be a person that's tapping. Possibly a bird, but birds aren't really, city type birds aren't really out at nighttime tapping on a window like that. So I thought that was a little weird. And then I can't remember if I went back to sleep and then woke up or if it happened right after. But the next thing that happens in the middle of the night while I'm awake is I hear children running around the hallways. And that really scared me. And I'm sleeping on the bed closest to the door. So I'm just staring at the door thinking, is someone going to come in here? Because one, she told us we were the only people on the floor. Two, it's like probably 2-3 o'clock in the morning. What would children be doing at this hotel? And if they're at this hotel, why would they be up at this hour running around the hallway? And I could tell it was children because I could tell by the weight of the feet. It didn't sound like an adult running. It was children running around the hallways. And I was just up staring at the door for what felt like a while. And then I just was like, what am I going to do? Whatever, like just go to sleep. And when I woke up in the morning, I remembered that I was having weird dreams, but as of now, I can't recall what they were. I can't remember if at the time I remembered the dreams, but I knew that I had weird dreams. Not like, I don't even know if I wanted to call them scary, but they were just weird. I really don't know how to explain it. They were odd. And I told my husband everything that happened while he was asleep and I was up and about my weird dreams. And he said he had weird dreams too, although he didn't experience anything weird. And my husband is not, at least at the time, he was not someone that believed in the supernatural at all. I very much believe in the supernatural. He did not at all. But so it was surprising that at the hotel, even he had weird dreams and just a weird vibe about being there. So it's the morning time and we're talking about what happened and we're immediately just like, let's get the hell out of here. Like, this place is weird. Like, we have to go. And I remember we didn't shower. I didn't brush my teeth. That's gross. I'm sorry. But I just threw on my clothes, grabbed my stuff, and I was like, let's get out of here. I don't even care. I just want to go home. This place is freaking weird. So we're on our way back home and it's Halloween weekend. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but it's Halloween weekend. So it's now Sunday and my friend texted me and she had asked me, how was my weekend? What did I do? And I told her, I went with, my husband to this video game tournament and we stayed at this hotel, but some weird stuff happened. And she asked, which hotel were you at? What's it called? And I told her we stayed at the Cecil Hotel. And she's like, you do know that hotel's haunted, right? There's a whole season of American Horror Story based off of that hotel. And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm looking up stuff at that point and I'm seeing how it's like one of the most haunted hotels and all these crazy articles. And I'm like, okay, that explains it.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.